Hello, everybody. It's Monday, January the 4th, 2016. So it's already the first Monday of the new year. Hope everybody enjoyed the weekend. I was a little bit under the weather Friday and Saturday, so I took the weekend off and stayed in bed and went for a nice hike on Sunday and enjoyed the beautiful weather that we have here in Northern California. So anyway, happy 2016, everybody. Happy New Year. So for today, Monday, and for tomorrow, Tuesday, we have Moon in Scorpio. And so I'm going to be using the Truth Seekers Tarot deck, which is funny because I was guided to use this deck. I haven't used it for a little while. And you know, Scorpio is the secret keeper. They're a water sign and they're fixed and they're quite controlling and keep their secrets closely guarded. They don't really trust. They have a lot of control issues as far as divulging information goes. So, Truth Seekers Tarot. And then for our Oracle card, we'll use the beautiful Chakra Insight Oracle cards. So as usual, let's see. Okay. As usual, I'll shuffle and pull one card. That's for our Monday. Okay. Is this it? Okay, no. Well, let me keep that to the side. I'm interested to see what that is. So one card that's for Monday. One card that's for Tuesday. Boy, it's already the 4th and the 5th. This is for Tuesday. And one for bridging the energy in between. I feel like 2016 is going to be a really good year. 2015 was good, but it was hard. And that's the reason it was good, because we all had a lot of hard stuff to get through and lessons to learn. And I feel like this is a really good time to move forward. Okay, great. So we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse and the 10 of Pentacles, and then bridging the energy. Okay, cards cooperate. These are skinny cards. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And I'll keep this other card over here. I won't look until I know the message a little bit better. So in the traditional tarot, the 4 of Pentacles is a fellow with 4 coins, and he's sitting on one and he's holding one and he's keeping them really closely tight to him. And the 10 of Pentacles is all about, really achieving total abundance and fruitfulness. And so this is really saying that if you have a certain 4 is a stability number, and if you have a certain basic stability, you have quite a lot, and you don't need to guard it. The Queen of Swords is very cold and calculating. She's a master of thought, and the air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, they're all very mental and strategizing and very linguistic, and they can talk a blue streak and talk you into anything. And this is really like the idea of, first of all, not having to be so guarded. You don't have to hold tightly to your stability, and don't be so guarded with it, and don't be so getting like the idea of like a marketing strategy and that sort of marketing, branding, that whole sort of mental manipulation that's become so culturally accepted with the idea of making and creating financial abundance. I feel like the message is actually to Okay, what are the words to, they're giving me like a message, but the words, please. It's like this is like putting like on a false front. Like this is keeping, again, that whole idea of the Scorpio, keeping things close to the chest and tightly guarded. And a poker face. Thank you. Like having a poker face and not letting any emotion show and being really cold and calculating. And I feel like the message is that's just not going to fly this, Monday and Tuesday, or at all this week, or maybe even at all this year. Like this is a time to be a little more open and generous and to be really more real. If you're striving to achieve something, you don't have to resort to manipulation or fakery or strategies or trickery. It's more about being in the moment. And like if you have a certain amount of stability, you don't have to scheme and plan so much about the future and where it's going, because at this point in the history of the world, who knows where we're headed to? It's more about being genuinely in the moment and maybe not keeping things so tightly guarded. If you encounter somebody today that needs a little help and you can loan them a few dollars or buy them lunch or something, it doesn't matter what your 401k is doing 10 years from now. Buy them frickin' lunch, for God's sake. Like, let go of sort of this whole petty strategery and this persona, this poker face, this false front that's been sort of this cultural norm. So I feel like this other card is going to give us some insight into that. Okay, so the Prince of Pentacles. This one was flying out of the deck when I was choosing for Monday. So that's what this is saying. He is riding a horse in the regular tarot deck, and it's not a fast-moving horse. It's barely moving. And in this deck, he's not even on the horse, and he's juggling his pentacles, and he's sort of stopping to smell the flowers and enjoying, he's got these 3, and 3 is the magic number of creation. And he's just sort of enjoying himself. And the prince would be like the knight. He's not the page and he's not the king and the queen. He's the knight. He's like the teenager energy. He's not that experienced. He's like the kid who's saving for college or saving for his first car. And he's really hopeful and he's really optimistic, and he's not being so stubborn and greedy and frightened. He hasn't really succumbed to that whole cultural, manipulative, fear-based thinking that we have come to have about our money and our stability and our finances. And, this is post-2012. This is 2016 already. And we're all waking up to like the Maya, to the illusion. This represents the illusion of security and all the cultural, the mainstream systems, the banking, the education, and all the things that our people are waking up to find that really are kind of a sham and really aren't working for us. And there's no predictability right now, because everything that we were told we can predict our future on is kind of a sham and kind of a lie. And if it ever did work at one point, it's not working anymore. So the whole idea of predictability, it's gone out the window. So roll with it, because you can be totally, totally abundant anyway. So that's the basic message. And so what I'm hearing is like to pick a Chakra Insight Oracle that really helps us embody the staying out of the fear and sort of the more independent nature of independent reality, that each person is creating their own reality, and the whole, collective reality that we used to count on that was like our stability isn't really real. And so we're all waking up to that. And okay, so the card for this reading is number 38, the mind, and it's a window into the third eye. It says openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. So I am going to pick up the little guidebook and just read a little bit from the guidebook. And 8 plus 3 is an 11, and 11 is a master number of service. So I sort of feel that this is all about being more of service and being more in the moment and creating your future abundance and stability and prosperity, not through schemes and like the tried and true and all of that, you know, all the systems that we've been told create our stability or our abundance, but kind of being more in the moment with what we're doing, and being more like, do what you need to do to be of service to humanity in the moment and create your reality as you would go along, instead of being taught this cookie cutter model of reality that's kind of always in the future, that you're always kind of striving for. That's not real and it doesn't exist. So just be in the now and know that you create everything with the law of attraction. You create your own reality with your own mind and the thoughts and the words and the actions that you put out there. It's not in a 401k plan. Your financial advisor or your professor can't create it for you. Only you can create it for you. So, let's see. We are going to go. Okay, so we're in the third eye chakra, and we're going to go with number 38, the mind. Within the calm focus of a single moment, a young woman trusts enough to look within. Through the window of her mind, she is drawn through stars and galaxies beyond preconceived notions of the possible and into the far reaches of the universe. Her heart is open. Her heart is open. She's laid down her sword. She's gone out of her mind and into her heart. And her heart is open. Her spirit soars. She is at peace, aligned with the infinite beauty of her true nature, mind. So that's it. You know, the whole preconceived notion of the possible, the whole cookie cutter model of reality as we know it, first of all, doesn't exist. And the systems that we've got that have been supporting that model of our false reality are crumbling. And that's just a fact. So in this very first week of 2016, wrap your mind around it. Be a service. Get out of the fear. Get into the moment, and you can't lose. You'll always be more abundant if you're in charge of creating your own reality through kindness, through service, through letting your guard down, through speaking your truth, through being of service to others. And so if you need any help with any sort of clarity of plans that you have, or any concerns about where you're going, what you should focus on, any feelings that you have, any belief systems that you're not very happy with that you'd like to modify, you know, and look at, you know, changing your reality through changing your mind, or getting some clarity on some ideas you may have, or releasing some old habits you'd like to let go of, please contact me for a reading or a healing session. I do readings with healing work. I do theta healing, which works with changing your belief systems and letting go of fear-based thinking. Or if you just want to sort of have a card reading to get a little bit of a clue as to where to put your focus. If you can't put your focus, you can't use the mind to create what you want to create. So reach out to me, please, at RASinkula@gmail.com. I work with people remotely, so we can do sessions through phone or Skype. And I hope I hear from you. Have a lovely beginning to the week, and I'll see you soon for the Wednesday reading. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.